Basketball Stories for Kids.
The Boy Who Would Grow Up to Be LeBron James by A.D. Largy. One day not long ago, a boy named LeBron James was born in Akron, Ohio. Life started out hard for LeBron James because his mom was poor and his dad left him no remains. Even going to school was very hard for LeBron because he didn't always have food, nice clothes, or a home for him and his mom. This made LeBron feel sad, mad, and angry. Sometimes he would cry himself to sleep at bedtime. Do you ever feel sad, mad, or angry? One day, a coach saw LeBron playing with his friends. The coach asked them to race to the post. That day, LeBron discovered that he could run faster and play football better than most. Since that day in sports, LeBron was always first. When it comes to competition, he always finished with a burst. Life started to get better when LeBron discovered basketball. He loved playing basketball and gave it his all. Soon after, LeBron and his mom found a stable home. He had to clean his room, do chores, and every day he walked into his school doors. LeBron liked going to school and never missed another day. After homework, he would go outside, practice basketball, and play. As the years went by, LeBron grew faster and stronger. In high school, he was both a football and basketball player. Many colleges recruited LeBron, offering him a full scholarship. But it soon became clear that the NBA is where LeBron belonged. In college, he would skip. Everyone wanted to know who was this kid from Akron, Ohio. Magazines put his picture on the cover, and they made a movie about his life over the summer. He was given the name King James because he was the king on the basketball court. Everyone loved playing basketball with LeBron because he gave his teammates much support. LeBron graduated from high school, and it was clear that he would become a pro. In 2003, the NBA drafted him, and the Cleveland Cavaliers is where he would go. Since that time, LeBron became one of the best. He was the most valuable player, won Olympic gold, and became an all-star. But winning an NBA championship was his greatest test. After losing his first two NBA finals, LeBron finally won on his third attempt. He won another before losing to Steph and Curry in the main event, but swiftly came back the next year to beat Curry in a flurry. LeBron's life started with the bing, but he learned how to do the right thing. When things get tough, a good attitude he would always bring. LeBron achieved many goals and won the ring, but his kindness towards others is why he remains a king.
Basketball Stories for Kids.
The Boy Who Would Grow Up to Be Stephen Curry by A.D. Largy. Once upon a time, not long ago, there was a boy who brought his parents so much joy. They called him Stephen Curry, and a basketball was his favorite toy. His father played in the NBA for the Charlotte Hornets, and when his dad shot a jumper, it was almost always all net. Stephen loved to go with his dad to the basketball stadium, but when he shot his jumper, he could barely even make one in the gymnasium. Little Stephen didn't mind, he just kept on practicing. He just knew that one day all his shots would go in. Steph's dream was to be an NBA basketball player just like his dad, but people said he was too tiny, and that sometimes made him sad. Steph loved to practice basketball. It made him very happy. Every day he would practice his jump shot just like his pappy. Steph knew he was smaller, so he kept his practice very strict. And as time went on, his game was becoming perfect. Steph's hard work took his game to new heights, and he made the high school basketball team called the Christian Knights. Steph's mom and dad came to see him play, and they were impressed. Then his dad taught him a tip that would make him the best. Steph's dad said, "Son, you have a strong heart and fierce determination. What you lack in size, you can make up in tactics and speed." Steph's dad taught him to release his jump shot higher and faster than any other player. He practiced and practiced until it was much, much better. Now Steph was one step closer to accomplish his dream. The following year, he was the best player on his team. Steph's school team won 3 championships with his leadership. But despite being a top player in his state, the best colleges would not let him through their gate. All the big colleges said Curry was too small, but there was one school who went against them all. So it was Davidson College where Steph Curry played college ball. Too small? Too weak? Curry would repeat, "I'll show them all during March Madness week." While in college, Steph Curry broke many records, beat many big schools, and he led the nation in scoring. He was just perfect and had all the tools. After proving everyone wrong in high school and college, the NBA scouts were talking the same old garbage. He's just too small. He's not strong enough to play in the NBA, they would say. All that talk just made Curry stronger. His belief in himself nobody could see. He was determined to be the NBA's MVP. Steph Curry went on to win the NBA's Most Valuable Player twice, led the NBA in scoring and steals. It felt so nice. He broke three-pointer records and dethroned big, strong King James's rulership in the NBA championship. All his life, Stephen was told he was too short and too weak to accomplish his dreams, but his doubters couldn't see just how big and strong his willpower could be.
Basketball Stories for Kids. This is the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo. One day, not long ago, in a place called Athens, Greece, a boy was born whose glory would never cease. His name was Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was named under a church dome, and his name means the crown has returned home. Giannis's parents came from Nigeria to Greece in search of a better life. But the situation did not change for Charles and Veronica, his wife. It was tough for Giannis's mom and dad to buy a home, clothes, and food to eat. To earn money, Giannis and his brother sold watches, bags, sunglasses to help make ends meet. But Giannis and his brother, Thanasis, found a happy place at a nearby playground where they learned to play basketball. Giannis and Thanasis practiced every day, dribbling, shooting, rebounding, and passing the ball. Giannis trained and practiced every day to improve. But not having enough for his family made him feel angry and sad. He even had to share with his brother the only sneakers he had. Even with hard times, young Giannis had dreams. He dreamed of one day being the best player in the world and playing for the best NBA teams. Giannis was determined and persistent every day. Practicing hard, he dribbled the ball on the street, on the court, and even in his yard. Finally, his skills were noticed by a professional basketball coach. He knew that Giannis would become the best with his advice and unique approach. Giannis and his brother received an offer they could not snub, so they moved with their family closer to the home of their first basketball club. Giannis's parents got good jobs, and his brothers had enough food and clothes. Now he focused and worked even harder to improve his blocks and free throws. With a lot of practice, Giannis became unstoppable. He was no longer angry, sad, or afraid. He was now a member of a professional youth basketball club. Giannis became successful at playing basketball games. He proved himself at each one. Now European basketball managers wanted him, but the Spanish team, Zaragoza, won. Young Giannis was happy, aware of his influence and fame. His dreams were becoming true when he qualified for the Greek League All-Star Game. Happiness and smiles reached Giannis again when he accomplished his dream. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, a well-known NBA basketball team. When Giannis arrived in the NBA, he had to work hard with sweat and tears. Each year he got bigger and stronger, then became MVP after only 6 years. By practicing hard and listening to his coaches, Giannis was no longer skinny and weak. He gained 50 pounds of muscle, and his lawyers trademarked a cool nickname, the Greek Freak. Giannis became a top-ranking NBA rookie without much trouble. He even became the youngest Milwaukee Bucks team member to score a triple-double in front of a full stadium and the basketball floor. In his jersey, Giannis lived his dream. Fans, players, and media selected him to be captain of NBA's All-Star team. Despite all the achievements, the awards, and his marketing brand, Giannis Antetokounmpo never forgot Greece. He plays for the national team, and in the Olympics, he represents Greece. In the Olympics, Giannis and his brother Thanasis represented the blue and white. Thanasis even joined him on the Bucks team. and the bright NBA lights. As a boy, Giannis had a hard life, but now he lives happily with his son Charles and Maria, his lovely wife. Basketball Stories for Kids. This is the story of Luka Doncic. Not so long ago, in a place called Slovenia, on the last day of February, Luka Doncic was born, making his parents happy and merry. Luka had the beauty of his mom and was as smart as his dad. He had the sweetest smile. At just 6 months old, Luka first touched a basketball. And when he turned 1 year old, he was playing on a miniature hoop. Luka loved every sport, with or without the ball. But he chose basketball because he was so tall. When Luka was just a small boy, he said to his dad, "I would love to be like LeBron James. That would be so cool." Hearing his son's wishes, Luka's father allowed him to play organized basketball for his school. Luka played with the older kids, but he was getting a lot of kicks and pain. So to defeat the bigger and stronger kids, Luka had to be smarter and learn how to play with his brain. Luka's parents divorced when he was only 8 years old. His family problems made him feel sad and mad. To feel better, Luka focused on training. As time went on, he became more mature and very bold. But soon, Luka's basketball skills were the talk of the town. He was just a skinny 8-year-old kid, performing tricks that no one had never seen before. He started to play well against the older kids, and now it was about to go down. Luka first joined his team called the Union Olympia, but he often sat on the bench, waiting for his chance. He stayed focused and watched every game, hypnotized in a trance. Luka always practiced hard, went to school, and was a great kid. At the age of just 13, he signed a contract with one of Europe's best basketball clubs, Real Madrid. To play with his new basketball team, Luka had to move to Spain. He was sad to leave his mom all alone. Being on his own at such a young age was difficult, but it was his only way to sit on the basketball throne. Luka practiced every day on the court and in the gym, but he became happy again when his mom moved to Spain to live with him. At age 16, he was the youngest player to ever play for Real Madrid in the ACB. Everyone was delighted with his skills. He was fearless and played with glee. Luka has won many awards with ease and joy. Magazines started to write about him, calling him the Wonder Boy. Luka became the MVP of the EuroLeague and the Final Four. Winning the EuroLeague title with Real Madrid just made him crave for more. Coaches all around the world noticed that Luka's main weapon was his basketball brain. Many basketball fans came to see young Luka play in Spain. Then finally, in 2018, NBA noticed Luka's bag of basketball tricks. He was drafted to the NBA club called the Dallas Mavericks. Since that day, Luka has received many honors and awards. His rebounds, assists, adored all basketball scoreboards. He became the youngest 20-point scorer in NBA history, but he still worked to improve his skills every day. At the end of his first year, Luka became the NBA Rookie of the Year. He was the youngest European player to start the NBA All-Star game. He played well without any fear. Luka was so happy to accomplish his greatest dreams. Over the summer, he was invited to play for the Slovenian national team. Luka was a member of the Slovenian basketball squad. When he won the gold medal against Serbia, his happiness could easily be seen. Being young and successful, Luka is living his dream. When Luka plays, everyone watches. We are all waiting to see what this Wonder Boy will do next. And All the kids cheered. Yeah, let's go, Luka! Basketball stories for kids. This is the story of Zion. One sunny day in North Carolina, not long ago, Zion Williamson was born with a great big glow. Zion's mom and dad were athletes and were very good at playing ball. His mom, Sharonda, was a basketball coach, and his father, Latif, played football. Zion soon discovered his love for playing ball. He said, "Mom, I want to be the best of all." Zion dreamed that one day he would be the world's best point guard. So all his life, he trained very hard. Every morning at 5 a.m., he woke up to train. Zion ran not caring whether it was sun or rain. When Zion was 9 years old, his mom and coach Sharonda noticed that her son played basketball like a brave lion. He played in youth leagues, coached by his mother. Zion was having so much fun as they beat all their competition together. When Zion was 14 years old, he was skinny and couldn't dunk, but his dad encouraged him with plenty of spunk. Zion trained every day. Some days were easy and some days were hard for him, but he grew 8 inches between the 8th and 9th grades and kept training in his school gym. It wasn't long before many people knew about Zion. His name became bigger than most when a famous rapper named Drake wore his jersey in an Instagram post. From that day on, Zion's fame grew bigger than his plans. He started to receive a lot of social media followers and fans. Zion was so good that many universities offered him a full scholarship. Zion ultimately decided to go to Duke to continue his basketball trip. Zion became big and strong, so his teammates called him Xanos, after the mighty Marvel comic character Thanos. Zion's name and fame kept getting bigger. He was so proud to grace the cover of the basketball magazine Slam. Even at the NCAA basketball tournament, there was a camera called the Zion Cam. NBA scouts and coaches noticed Zion's skills and craft. In 2019, he joined the New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA draft. Zion's career was off to a great start. People say he will win many honors and awards. Fans everywhere watch Zion's games to see his awesome dunks, assists, as he filled the scoreboards. Zion is very thankful and grateful to his stepfather and his coach mother, and he loves chilling with Noah, his little brother. Zion always says that Noah is the reason why he will continue to fight. He wants to be to his little brother a role model, a hero, and a brave knight. Zion teaches his brother to be polite and to have a generous heart. Noah wants to be like his older brother, big, brave, and smart. Even to this day, Zion practices hard every day to improve his skills in basketball. He hopes that one day he will truly be the best of them all.